Welcome to Elevation Nation with your hosts Sam Panich and Parker Yablon. Elevation Nation is a community focused on bringing together young adults who are elevating themselves and others every day. Each Thursday, we take 15 minutes to talk about what's going on in the real world and touch on all the great things that Elevation Nation is up to.
What's going on, Elevation Nation? Back with another Fortitude 15. I feel like, Sam, that's like my go-to line for the last 4 years, starting these things off.
I love it.
But we are here, and it is February 12th. The coldness of winter is still here, but the freezing coldness of winter is behind us, which is great.
Are you sure?
It better be. I don't think it's gonna be as bad as it was in New York. I think we had, 20 straight days, I felt like, of weather where it was below 32 degrees.
Disgusting.
It's something else, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, we've been teasing a lot over the podcast, not on social media too much, but over the podcast, we've been teasing up this new big idea that Sam, myself have been working on that we're super excited to bring to life. We're not actually going to say what that idea is just yet in this episode, but we're definitely going to talk about the challenge, the problem that we see that led us to being very passionate, inspired to build the next stack of what we are spending our time on. And that today we're going to talk about the friendship recession. And this is something, Sam, I know we both feel as men getting older, but just in 2026, there's some crazy stats that show that 15% of men, just men alone, now report having zero close friends, which is a staggering 5 times increase since 1990.
It's insane. It's an insane statistic. I think it's a scary reality. And of course, we're not discounting that I'm sure many women feel lonely. I think our generation and the next generation feel very lonely. But as two males, we can certainly only speak about our experience. And men particularly, they're taught to man up, to push through, to be the breadwinners, to not show emotion, and to not complain when things get tough. And Parker and I, with Elevation Nation for years, have set out with the mission to try to make vulnerability cool and to make emotion appreciated and to help young people elevate their mindsets in such turbulent and scary times. And so we are absolutely thrilled to be working on something different, something new together that helps us continue to push our beautiful mission. And friends are important. Parker, you are my co-founder friend and my brother. You have many different roles and many different hats that you wear in my life. And I think it'd be fun to do a little game around different types of friends and to talk about what that means to you. And if you're feeling crazy, you can call out specific names. I don't mean to put you on the hot spot. How's that sound? You ready to roll?
I think it sounds good.
Okay, let's do it. All right, Parker. I'm starting with number 1. Who is the challenger for you? The person that calls you out when you're being lazy, challenges your mind.
That's a good one. And I feel like I can't cop out and say you
No,
or my wife. Yeah, you got that. But It really is true, and my wife challenges me in so many different ways beyond
Mm.
business. I don't think she actually really challenges me in business unless she's like, "Wait, you and Sam have been talking about these ideas forever. Why don't you just go do
Do
them?"
it.
Like,
Yeah.
last night, we're
Thanks,
sitting
JK.
at dinner. Yeah, we're sitting there, and she's like, "You guys have been talking about this idea that you've been building for, like, 2 or 3 years at this point, I feel like," which we have. She's like, "Just go do it." Like, what are you waiting for? Like, you guys are great. Believe in yourself. And so there's that side of it. And then to your side, Sam, like as you challenge me, it's like I sometimes get a little sidetracked. I sometimes maybe get a little bit lazier. I want to focus on energy. And you're always there to challenge me, bring me back. Like, hey, like we got a place to go. We gotta get things done. And then the last thing is my mom. She calls me out on all my BS, and I guess sister too. If you know Colby, she's the biggest bullshitter there is, but she also calls people out on their BS. So family, you're all family. The families are the biggest challengers, but we're grateful for that. But we're not talking about family. We're talking about friends here. All right, Sam, for you, let's go to number 2. Let's go to number 2, the connector in your life, the person who always has a guy that can help you solve whatever problem you're facing.
Hmm. That's an interesting one. It might be fellow elevator and my friend Jesse K. Jesse K is probably one of the most well connected guys I know. And he always has someone that can help solve a problem, give you a perspective, someone at some company that you need to meet. And Jesse is certainly plugged. I do have another runner up, which is Zach Layton, another incredible human being. Very connected. All right, Parker. I want to ask you. We talk about friends that are mentors, maybe someone older than you in your life that really helps guide you. I know Philip for a really long time was that mentor to you, but now who do you go to for that mentorship friendship?
Well, first off, I gotta say, Jesse K, what an answer because I mean, we met him. It almost feels like 8 years ago, and he was connecting people at like 17 years old, 16 years old. Just like knew so many people. I can't imagine the amount of people he knows now. For me, mentor, yes, you made a great point about Philip. You know, not only was he my stepdad, but he was also just a mentor from a professional standpoint, but also just like how to like take on life. And you know, I have people in my life who are there to help guide and help give advice. But to be honest with you, Sam, I think part of this idea that we've been working on is really to find someone that I can really go to for new things in my life. And I think part of what we're building in with what we're going to talk about soon is like going to solve the exact question that you just asked because I really do think I am looking for not mentors to replace the people that mentor me now, but I'm looking for people who have new perspective and can help shape me in new ways based on where I want to go, not just where I've been. So I'm curious if you feel the same. I know you have a bunch of mentors, but I guess my question to you then, if we're going to continue this game, is the competitor. Who among of your friends is doing so well that it
Mm.
actually makes you want to work harder? And is that a good thing or is that a bad thing?
Parker Deloy, one of my oldest, closest friends from high school, is crushing it at his job in Salesforce. He married his college sweetheart, beautiful Kristen. We love her. And they are expecting a baby. He's also 6'6" and absolutely shredded. Um, so yeah, he pushes me. I'm competitive with him to just try to better my life in all aspects of life as we kind of figure out our late 20s now early 30s together. So Parker Deloy is that guy for me. But Parker, maybe we do one more here. An opposite friend. Someone who's very different from you.
Oh man, that's a hard one. Right off the spot, opposite friend, someone who's living such a different life, such a unique life. Oh man, I don't think I want to speak to any individual person. I feel as if my people that I associate with are very much similar, in, like, upbringing and, like, type of job, life stage, all that. But the camp people, Sam, that we have met, the people who have dedicated their life to, like, camp and summer camp, like, I'm not saying it's the opposite because that's so who I am, but it's, like, almost the dream life that I thought I would want to have, and I love the way, like, I'm at where I'm at now, but these people live not corporate world, they live in the middle of nowhere. They run a summer camp when we're dealing with, you know, big companies and stuff, like, it's just so completely opposite, but yet their mindset and the way they see the world and their lifestyle is very, very cool, and it helps shape and gives us perspective when we go hang with all these people and remind them that there's some pretty cool spaces for out in the world for people to be authentically themselves.
I give him credit. I mean, Parker, we say that that's our dream all the time, but do we? Can we really live out in the woods like that? I don't know. I don't know
I can
about
tell
that.
you my wife, JJ, will not, wanna live in the woods full time. Her fear of spiders and insects alone will cross that one off the board.
Agreed. All right. I have another question for you, Parker. I'm going rogue off our list. You got to prep
Off
this
the
one.
list. Alright.
What about a new friend?
What am I looking for in a new friend?
No. Have you made one recently? I'm very
Mm.
lucky to say that I have. I've made a lot of really good new friends in the last couple years of my life. And I'm curious if you have, or have you stayed kind of with your crew in your circle? And if you have, I challenge you to meet new people.
I have not just stayed within the realm of my friend group that I think you are like that you know. I'm definitely meeting a lot of people through 2 things. Is a lot of JJ's friends are now have other guys in their lives, and now they're getting engaged and married, so I'm, like, meeting a lot of them, and they're becoming friends, and all these weddings I've gone to, like, some you don't have a choice but to meet and, I went to a wedding, I didn't know anybody, so we made friends with a bunch of people, but then basketball too. To that point, I've met a ton of people playing basketball. I know we've talked about that twice a week, a lot of familiar faces. And it's not like something where you're like, you need to know that everything about them. It's just show up, hang out, talk, play some hoops, and then basically, finish it up. But I am really excited back to our initial idea to be able to make some new friends, be able to find new ways to meet like-minded people like us. And yeah, man, that's why I'm really excited for this new idea. What we're doing is to meet new people that are very similar to us. Like a lot of our friends, were made friends because we just like grew up in the same schools, or we went to the same college, or we pledged the same fraternity, or we just so happen worked with them. Right. Well, what about people who like have the same passions and interests? And I think that's kind of what we're working towards building in this community going forward. And so more to come. I hate to continue to tease it, but that's the beauty of it. We got to keep teasing it until it becomes a thing.
Amen to that. I love it. Elevation Nation, go thank your friends, go call your friends, go make new friends. More to come on that next week. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to Elevation Nation. If you enjoyed our conversation, hit that subscribe button to get notified when we release a new episode. If you would like to join Elevation Nation or get more information about the nation, please visit our website at www.elevationnation.io. Until next week, Elevation Nation, peace.